What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer, and this is the first video I am ever making from my brand new desktop computer, so hopefully there's no technical issues. It is a nice little gaming computer, which I'm really excited about in terms of just the different kind of content I can bring you guys. I got the Adobe software and stuff like that. I'm going to be trying to do some stuff with green screen eventually and all that. But to purpose of today's video, without going too far into anything, this is kind of just a general analysis of the ban list. I think I'm going to like label it a reaction, but I've already seen it, so there's no real surprises to me. I just wanted to get the Fresh Start Friday video out first, and then I'll go into this. I'm not here to give you guys some Obama called me at 3 a.m. type of reactions. This is just really more of an analysis, being like, here's my first reaction now that I've had a couple days to think about it. This is what I think they should have done, or I think they did it right. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and just go down into it. I'm sure most of you guys have already seen it, so I'm not going to make it all dramatic or nothing like that. But the first card here is what I thought it would be, which is Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. For you guys who don't know what that card is, it is a monster, a dark monster that you can equip to basically any dark monster with Union Carrier, and it prevents your opponent from special summoning from the extra deck. I used this for a while in my ABC Cyber Dragon deck, ended up taking it out. Although, to be honest with you, I thought Dragoon would be banned before this card. So I was kind of prepping for that and being like, well, if I can't get Dragoon on the board, maybe I can do the Buster Lock, and that will be kind of more beneficial. But in this case, I'm very happy that Dragoon did survive this ban list, and I think it will for a while. It just doesn't have the impact in the TCG like everyone thought it would, and obviously it's banned in the OCG, and maybe someday we'll see that, but I don't think that time is coming anytime soon. The one card I will say that I did not get unbanned that I thought would was Masterpiece, the True Draco Slaying King. Of course, one card did go to the semi-limit list, so I was kind of close in that they were trying to give True Dracos back a little bit of their power, but there's a long way to go. I still think this card can come off the ban list, but that's just my opinion. Now, probably the biggest ban of the ban list was Link Ross, and yes, this was the right hit. I just didn't think they would do it. I didn't think, since there were no paper events, that they would hold off on doing that. And sorry about that. And we know, of course, that Needle Fiber isn't getting banned anytime soon. They will ban everything else around it. But I think this is an appropriate hit if they're not going to get rid of Needle Fiber. On a personal level, I'll be honest with you, I think Needle Fiber is fine on its own. I know I'll probably just get a heave of dislikes just because of that, but really breaking it down, Link Ross, the Mecha Phantom Beast Online token, and I think you can ban Martial Metal Marcher too, especially if you have Ib the World Chalice on here, which they banned quite some time ago. It's kind of the same idea to me, so that's just how I feel about it, but I'm still happy about the Link Ross ban. That definitely hurts Infernoble Knights. It hurts Dragon Link. Dragon Link I think is much more fine. And tomorrow, guys, I will be doing the biggest winners and losers. Hopefully tomorrow, if I get back from work on time, because I don't like to release these videos too late. I just like to put them out at 9 a.m. That way it's a little more consistent for you guys. But in any case, that leads me into the next card as well, which I don't think I put on my prediction video, but I did say it was in my list of cards that I think should be banned. I'm trying to think now all the cards on there. I know Destruction Sword and Smoke Grenade of the Thief are on there. So, I mean, technically I was right about a couple of them. This surprises me, and it doesn't surprise me. This is a card that needed to be banned, and people always said they have Lotus Pointer. Well, that's a trap card, and you have to open it in your opening hand. Smoke Grenade of the Thief was able to be dumped into the graveyard and added back with Charles, and you could do it every single turn. It was much different type of scenario. I'm very happy about this one. And Infernoble Knights take two just really big hits in this one. I know there were some versions of Dragon Link that did run Smoke Grenade of the Thief. I watched a few competitive events, whatever it is, from pro play games, and not once did I see this card get used, so I don't think it was that important, at least to the big builds that you see a lot. And another card that you will notice that is not banned on here is VFD. I did not think it was going to get banned, and I basically know why. It's because Virtual World just came out and they're trying to sell cards. Most ban list decisions can be viewed from the viewpoint of a business decision, and I will never blame Konami for that. Now, if they do something super cheap and it's a little outlandish, I'll do that. I know everyone doesn't like VFD unless you're playing Datascape or Virtual World. I love Datascape. I love that name, so it bums me out. Yeah, so I know they use that, and it's just kind of a win condition for them. I think we'll get new support probably in the next couple sets, whenever it's announced. Then they'll ban VFD. That's kind of how I see that doing. The only card that I can't see coming off the ban list in the future is Electromight, because they made that new link. I know everyone thinks because Rusty Bardige came off that Electromight can come back. I think Electromight is much more powerful than Rusty Bardige's in this specific format. Maybe back in the day you could debate it, but not anymore for sure. It's not doing anything as it's come off the ban list from what I've seen just so far. This was a pretty nothing list. Two of them you'll see in a second I was completely right about. I probably could have guessed the 2 Burning Abyss monsters too. That's honestly just my fault. But obviously, totally awesome in ABC. I said came off the ban list. They weren't doing anything, and of course they weren't. And I don't know Paleozoic players, so I've never actually played the deck. I'm not sure if 3 Totally Awesome does move the needle for them. All I know is that an ABC Dragon Buster, I would never run this at 3, so this is a meaningless thing. Now running at 1 is very different than 2. 2 makes a big difference, but not in this case, because what you end up doing, as you guys have seen in my videos, and if you haven't, you can go check them out. What you do is you banish a card, you tag it out, and then you just have 3 monsters for link material or defense, and they all add each other back to the hand depending on the way they attack it. Most of the time what I end up doing is I end up banishing card. I have the Union Carrier on the field that I used to enable my combos. So that's right there, the link for you. Go into Appaloosa, go back into ABC Dragon Buster, and it just works out fine. Now, if you summon your second ABC Dragon Buster and you basically haven't won the game, as well as using that link summon to use Access Code Talker or Boral Sword, then you are doing something terribly wrong. They went to the one I think that rips card from the hand. They just went to Unlimited. No one's using it. It must not be consistent enough for anyone to care. It's probably a lot of things you could say about this ban list. There's a lot of cards that are kind of like FTK enablers, but with the amount of hand traps we have in today's game, they're just not liable. So I guess if you really want to play hand loop decks and you just want to get crushed, then you have the complete ability to do that, or to troll your opponent too, whatever. But as I mentioned earlier, they did have the True King's Return here. I don't know if this is good, or I mean, I'm sure it's good if you're a True King player, but I don't know if it does enough to really do anything. I'm not sure what that does for the deck. I don't know why they couldn't have just unbanned the other one. Even if it was just so powerful, you put that 1 card to 1, and it just warps the format supposedly. All I know is that I saw in BT's Yu-Gi-Oh event, and Masterpiece was summoned like twice, and both the times it did nothing. So I don't know what they are waiting for. Probably, I just talked about buying product. Maybe when there's some sort of product relevant to True Kings, that's when we'll just see it lifted. I think True Power True King could do something, although it does seem a little slow now in today's game for sure. So it'd be interesting to see what it would be like in a format at least once. But that's just a little ban list talk, analysis, discussion. Let me know what you guys think about the ban list. Let me know which cards you think should have been banned, which cards should have been unbanned. Hashtag bring engage at least to 1. Other than that, guys, look out tomorrow or the next day for the video of the biggest and losers from this ban list. I think some of them will surprise you. Other than that, guys, that's going to do it for tonight, and I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. Thank you so much for all your support.